In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Modmic Wireless from Antlion Audio. Now, the good folks at Antlion were kind enough to send me this review unit. And for those of you who don't know what a Modmic is, this is a microphone that you can attach to your favorite pair of headphones. So if you have your favorite pair of headphones, you can actually attach the Modmic to that pair of headphones and turn it into a headset. And this is great if you plan to do things like gameplay commentary, voiceovers, or even just Skype, or any voice chat for that matter. And a while back, I had reviewed the wired version of the Modmic, and you're welcome to check out that review, but this is a completely wireless version of the Modmic. Now, before I actually test it out and show you how it works, what I'd like to do is show you what it came with and how I actually set it up with the headset. So let's go ahead and do that. So when you actually get the Modmic, it comes in a box that looks like this. So let's get it out of the box so you can see what's inside. So the Modmic comes in this EVA hard shell case with the Antlion lettering on top. So I've opened it up. Let's see what's inside. There's the user manual and installation guide. There's pretty obviously and very importantly the microphone itself. There's the wireless USB receiver, which is very important. You have a USB charge cable, which you can use to charge the Modmic. Now, unlike the wired Modmic, the wireless Modmic does have a built-in battery, so you need to charge it. So this is very important. You also have a second USB cable that comes with the device. And that second USB cable is a USB extender cable. And this is so that you can plug the actual wireless receiver into the extender and then plug it into your computer so that the actual receiver is within line of sight. Otherwise, you won't get a proper wireless signal, so you need this line of sight. So that's why they provide this really useful USB extender. And inside this little bag, there are a few more useful things. There is one alcohol prep pad, and this prep pad is to clean the surface onto which you'll install the base of the Modmic, and I'll show you that in a minute. Very importantly, you have two magnetic clasps. So in case you want to install the Modmic on two different headphones, you can do that. They also provide two extra self-adhesive pads in case you want to pull the base clasp off a headphone and move it to another one. This is really useful. They also provide a plastic hook or cable clip, and this is really useful for the USB extender. In case you want to position it correctly, you can always use this cable clip, and this is a self-adhesive cable clip, so it'll actually stick to your desk or any other surface that you'd like to mount it to. And that's pretty much all that comes with the kit. Now, obviously, to use the Modmic, you're going to need a pair of headphones. And I have a very inexpensive pair. I have the ATH M20X. Now, Antlion Audio recommends that you install the Modmic on the right ear cup of the headphone. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, before you go ahead and install the Modmic, it's always a good idea to plug the receiver into a USB port on your computer, turn on the Modmic, and actually check that the audio works before you install it on your headphone. So it's always a good practice to do that just to make sure everything's working fine. So to begin installation, I'm going to open up the alcohol swab to clean the outside of the earpiece. So I'm going to grab the alcohol prep pad and I'm going to clean this surface here. You want a flat surface onto which you can install it. So I'm going to clean this surface here. I'm actually going to install it on this outer ring because I actually have a flat surface on the outer ring, so I can actually attach the clasp. And just you want to clean it to make sure there's no oil or anything so that the adhesive can stick to it. And let's leave that to dry. Now for the next step, you want to grab the magnetic base and fix it to the actual Modmic. So you want the Modmic connected to the magnetic base just so that you can position this correctly, and I'll show you why. Now what this allows you to do is somewhat position the microphone approximately where you'd like it to be, which is somewhere close to your mouth. You don't want it too close to your nose, and there are very specific instructions in the installation guide, or rather the user manual, so take a look at that before you do this install, but you roughly want it to be about here when you install it. Now if you don't get the positioning perfect, the base does move, so there is some level of flexibility. You can get some angular movement by just moving the base around, even once it's stuck down. So that's definitely an option. So to install it, I'm just going to peel off the adhesive backing. Then I'm going to grab my headphones and place the base on that flat surface as best as I can. make sure that it is making contact with the surface of the headphone, and you want to press down for about 15 to 20 seconds. Press down on the edges. Now once you've done this, you can actually gently pull the mod mic itself off the base and put that away. And now what you want to do is let this sit overnight. Let the glue actually cure and stick to the surface of the headphones. So you don't want to actually put the mod mic back on and begin using it for at least 24 hours. That's what I would recommend. Now the mod mic should work pretty much plug and play with Mac, PC, or even Linux. In my case, I'm actually going to test it out with my Windows laptop. Now the important thing to remember is that the receiver on the mod mic comes pre-paired with the mod mic, so you don't really need to pair anything. It's already done for you. So what you would do is plug the receiver into an open USB port, and as you can see, it's automatically recognized and there's a flashing blue light on the receiver, which means that it is searching for the mod mic. Now if you plan to use the mod mic with a desktop and don't have a USB port on the front, like on something like a iMac, what you're going to need to do is use the USB extender. And what you do at that point is plug the USB receiver into the extender, and then plug the USB extender into the USB port on the back of your desktop. So you want the receiver up front where there's a direct line of sight connection between the mod mic's transmitter and the actual receiver. So you want to put this up front in front of your desktop so you get a good quality audio signal. If you're like me and are just using a laptop, you can actually plug it into a USB port on the side and it'll work just fine. Now I actually have a wired pair of headphones, so I'm going to plug in my wired headphones into the computer. The next step is to power on the mod mic. To do this, all you're going to do is press down on the button and you'll see that blue light flash, and once the connection is solid, you'll see that the blue light also becomes solid, and this means that you're now connected to the laptop or desktop in your case. Now if you ever want to mute the mod mic, you can always just press the button once and you'll see this red light here, and that means that the microphone is muted. To unmute it, press it again and it's unmuted. To turn the mod mic off, press and hold the button for 2 seconds and the mod mic turns off. To be quite honest, I'm not a big fan of this button system. I just wish it was a little simpler. The button can be a little finicky, especially when turning it off. Turning it on is pretty simple, but when turning it off, sometimes you can accidentally put it into the pairing mode. So I just wish they had a slightly better button system, a slightly simpler way to shut it off. And once you turn on the mod mic, you'll see that it'll blink for a few seconds and turn solid. And once that turns solid, you'll also see that the light on the receiver is solid, and that means that there is a steady connection between the mod mic and the receiver. On the tip of the microphone, there's an actual pop filter, and it also has a mode switch. Now, the mod mic has 2 separate modes. For example, right now I have it in the omnidirectional mode, where it'll actually pick up the whole room, or you could slide it over into the cardioid mode, so it'll reject all the noise around you and just pick up your voice. Now for most applications with a headset, I actually recommend just leaving it in the cardioid mode, because this is really best suited to things like voiceovers or gameplay. Now another really important thing to note when positioning the mod mic once you actually wear the headset is to ensure that the actual microphone is not in your nasal airstream, or rather directly in your nasal airstream. And luckily the microphone's gooseneck is flexible enough to allow you proper adjustment angles. And what I'm going to do now is open up the Audacity audio recording software just to make sure that the computer actually recognizes the device. When I go down the list of devices, I can actually see that the Antlion Audio Wireless device, which is this device, is actually visible. And this is good news because this means that the microphone has successfully connected to your computer. I'm going to select that as my recording device. And what I'm going to do is record some audio. So the audio that you're hearing right now is from the Modmic Wireless in the cardioid mode. And to test out the quality of the microphone in the cardioid mode, I'm actually going to read you a quote from Amelia Earhart. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you decide to do. You can act to change and control your life. And the procedure, the process, is its own reward. So how did the mod mic perform? Well, in my opinion, it actually performed pretty well. well. The audio quality is really warm and there's very little background noise, especially for a wireless headset mic. However, my biggest gripe was the clicks that you could hear during the recording. And this isn't really an issue with the microphone. It's more an issue with my Audio-Technica headphones. And as you can see and hear, my Audio-Technica headphones aren't exactly perfectly quiet. They do tend to squeak and creak a lot and even click as my jaws move around or as they move around on my head as I speak. So that can be a pretty big issue. You'll hear all those noises on the microphone. Now, as a pair of headphones, these squeaks, creaks, or little noises really won't bother you and won't make a difference. But for a recording microphone that's actually connected to these pair of headphones, that makes a big difference. So always make sure that the pair of headphones that you already have or the pair of headphones that you plan to buy are super quiet. You really don't want any creaks or squeaks. You want to make sure it fits really snugly and that the microphone doesn't pick up any unusual noises. So that's really my big gripe with this whole thing. It isn't so much an issue with the microphone. I think the microphone is a really good quality microphone and it's designed pretty well. However, the problem is really the concept itself. If you have a bit of a creak or a bit of movement or a bit of clicking on the actual headset itself, the microphone will pick that up. You can't just use any cheap pair of headphones because the cheaper the pair of headphones, the more creaky and noisy they get. So make sure to pick a pair of headphones that's really quiet if you plan to use this. Now, if you're looking for a headset that kind of replaces this entire setup and just don't want to invest in the Modmic Wireless, I'll leave a link to that as well right below the video, so feel free to check that out. If you're really going to have to go out and buy an expensive pair of headphones that are nice and quiet, it really doesn't make sense to buy something without a microphone built in. So you might as well just buy a decent headset instead of buying a really expensive microphone and then adding the Modmic Wireless. So my issue isn't so much with the quality of the Modmic, but rather the concept of this whole entire system. If you're Skyping or talking to your friends, that may not be a huge issue. However, for things like gameplay commentary or voiceovers, that's definitely going to be a big issue. However, if you're still looking to buy a Modmic Wireless, I'll leave a link right below the video as well, so feel free to check that out. Hope this video has been useful. If it has, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to stay tuned for more reviews, unboxings, and how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.